I wakes up beside an empty road. My head hurts. My fur is damp from the grass, and I have no memory of how I got there. A car passes me. It looks old, but it is in perfect condition. Then another passes. It is just as old. Across the road, a gas station sign advertises fuel for $1.22 a gallon. I take out my phone. No signal. No Wi-Fi. Battery 37%. I look at the phone, then at the gas price, then back at the phone. My face does not change. This is how I looks when something is either completely normal or extremely bad. Before I can understand what is happening, the screen turns black. A message appears. In 30 seconds, every app will be deleted. Choose one to keep. 6 apps remain. Camera, photos, notes, maps, calculator, chat GPT. The countdown begins. It's hour 29. Camera could record proof of what happened, but proof will not help I survive. Photos might contain useful information from the future. If I had photographed anything more valuable than food, Quacky doing something suspicious, and screenshots I never looked at again. Maps could help me navigate, but the phone has no signal. Notes would be useful if I had prepared for unexpected time travel. I had not. Calculator would definitely work. It would also be almost completely useless. That leaves ChatGPT. An app that knows something about almost everything seems more useful than any individual tool. I stare at it. That is basically cheating, I think. I select ChatGPT. Every other app disappears. A new message appears. Offline mode. Limited knowledge available. My expression finally changes. Only slightly. I looks around. The road, the cars, and the gas prices all suggest that I am somewhere in the past. But I need confirmation. And electricity. My phone is already at 37%, I have no charger, and nobody in this year owns a cable that fits it. I follow the road until I find a small electronics store. A bell rings as I enter. The store is crowded with televisions, radios, cassette players, and computers large enough to require their own desks. A man behind the counter looks up from a broken radio. His name tag says Frank. Frank stares at I. I stare back. What day is it? I asks. Frank looks at the clock.
Monday,
What date?
October 18th.
What year? Frank lowers his screwdriver.
Are you feeling all right?
What year?
1999.
I stare at him. Frank stares back. Frank appears to have several questions about the talking capybara in his store. Before he can ask any of them, he notices my phone.
What's that?
A phone.
No, it isn't.
I places it on the counter and turns on the screen. Frank examines it carefully. He looks for buttons, screws, and an antenna.
Movie prop.
It's real.
Expensive movie prop.
I'm from the future. Frank hands it back immediately. Of course you are. I tries to prove it. I open ChatGPT and type, what major event will happen tomorrow? The response appears, several political, economic, and international events will be reported on October 19, 1999. Available offline information is incomplete. Frank waits. I continues waiting, as though the answer might improve through embarrassment. It does not. I try another question. What technologies will become valuable in the future? ChatGPT responds, search engines, online shopping, smartphones, and digital currency will become highly valuable. Frank folds his arms.
You came from the future to tell me computers will become popular.
I looks down at the phone. ChatGPT adds, would you like a more detailed explanation?
No.
Frank points toward the door.
Take your magic calculator and leave my store.
From behind a shelf, a teenage girl has been listening to the entire conversation. I does not notice her, but she notices everything. Outside, I sits beside the store and opens ChatGPT again. How can I return to my own time? The app processes the question slowly. Battery power drops as it searches its limited stored information. Then an answer appears. My arrival may be connected to an experimental broadcast station outside the city. The station is scheduled to activate at midnight. Its transmitter may produce the same signal that transported me into 1999. But the signal will activate only once. To return home, I must reach the station before midnight. Keep at least 10% battery remaining. Connect the phone to the transmitter. Avoid changing history too much. I check the distance. The station is more than 30 kilometers away. I have no money from 1999, no valid identification, no transportation, no charger, and no compatible charging cable. Good, I says. This feels manageable. A voice behind me says,
I can take you
I turns around. It is the girl from the store.
I'm Emily. Frank is my father.
Does he know you're here?
No,
Does he know you want to help a suspicious capybara who claims to be from the future?
no.
Emily looks at my phone.
I'll drive you to the station, but I want something first.
What?
I want to know my future.
Two choices appear. Tell Emily her future. Refuse to answer. I should refuse. Every piece of future information could change history. But without Emily, I have no way to reach the station. I chooses. Tell Emily her future. Emily asks the first question immediately.
Do I ever leave this town?
I enters her full name into ChatGPT. The app searches its offline records. It finds an Emily with the same name, hometown, and age. According to ChatGPT, Emily eventually creates a small technology company. The company fails. But one product she develops later becomes the foundation for a major invention. Emily's eyes widen.
I create something important.
Apparently.
How important?
It doesn't say.
What is the invention?
It doesn't say that either.
Your future machine is not very specific.
It becomes more specific when it wants money. Emily runs back around the store, takes her father's car, and unlocks the passenger door. I gets inside. She starts the engine. At first, Emily follows the road toward the broadcast station. Then she begins asking questions.
Which companies should I invest in?
I don't know.
Ask the phone.
I asked ChatGPT. The battery drops.
Who becomes president after Clinton?
I don't think I should tell you.
Who do I marry?
I definitely shouldn't tell you that.
What will phones be able to do?
I show her mine.
That still doesn't explain anything.
She asks about online businesses, future computers, and inventions that have not been created yet. Every answer consumes more battery power. Every answer also gives Emily another piece of a future she was never supposed to see. I begins pretending ChatGPT does not know.
Who becomes the richest person in the world?
Unknown.
What companies become successful?
Unknown.
Do people live on Mars?
Extremely unknown. Emily glances at the screen. A warning appears. Timeline divergence detected. 4%? She reads it before I can hide the phone.
You're lying to me.
I'm trying not to destroy the future.
You already told me I start a company.
Yes, and history is apparently 4% upset about it. Emily is still angry, but she keeps driving. Back at the electronics store, Frank discovers that both Emily and his car are missing. He remembers the capybara with the impossible device. He does not conclude that Emily chose to help me. He concludes that Frank calls the police. Less than 15 minutes later, flashing lights appear behind the car. Emily looks in the mirror.
My father reported the car.
Only the car? She does not answer. A police officer orders her to pull over. Three choices appear. Tell the truth. Hide the phone. Ask ChatGPT to create a believable lie. I chooses the third option. I type, write a believable explanation for why I have this device. ChatGPT generates an answer. I reads it to the officer. This is an experimental handheld communications prototype using a high-density lithium-ion power cell, a capacitive touchscreen, flash storage, and a microprocessor manufactured with nanometer-scale semiconductor technology. The officer looks at I. Emily looks at I. I looks at ChatGPT. It adds, avoid excessive technical detail. The officer takes the phone. You can explain this at the station. Battery, 23%. Emily and I are placed in the police car. At the police station, the officers place my phone on a desk. A telecommunications engineer happens to be working in the building that night. He is helping the department upgrade its communications equipment. His name is Dr. Keller. The police expect him to confirm that the device is a fake. Instead, Keller becomes completely silent. He examines the screen, casing, processor, and battery. This was not manufactured anywhere in 1999. He opens ChatGPT. Then he asks,
who invented the technology inside this device?
ChatGPT explains that no single person invented it. However, several important components were developed using research connected to a company Keller would establish in the future. Keller reads the answer again. Then again. His expression changes. The phone is no longer evidence in a... To him, it is a blueprint for the next 27 years. He wants to open it, study its materials, copy its processor, and use the information to accelerate his future company. I demands the phone back. Keller refuses. A warning appears on the screen. Timeline divergence, 31%. Then ChatGPT displays a private message for I. If Keller examines this device, my original timeline may no longer exist. The problem is no longer simply reaching the station. I must get the phone away from Keller before he copies the future. Emily whispers that she has an idea. Before I can ask what it is, she slips away from the officer guarding the hallway. A few seconds later, the entire police station loses power. Emily has pulled the building's main electrical switch. In the darkness, I grabs the phone from Keller's desk. Emily and I run. ChatGPT offers to guide them out using a stored map of the police station. Turn left, it tells them. They turn left. I opens a door. Inside, 6 police officers are standing around an emergency light. Everyone looks at I. I quietly closes the door. That map is wrong, I whisper. ChatGPT responds, the available map reflects the building's 2026 layout. Renovations may have occurred. You think? The officers open the door. Emily and I run in the opposite direction, climb through a window, and reach Frank's car. Emily starts the engine just as the officers exit the building. Keller follows them outside. But unlike the police, he is no longer interested in arresting me. He only wants the phone. Battery, 15%. Emily and I reach the experimental broadcast station at 11:56 p.m. The building is almost completely dark. The transmitter sits in the center of a large control room surrounded by wires, switches, and equipment neither I nor Emily understands. ChatGPT identifies the connection point. It must calculate the exact return signal and send it through the transmitter. The calculation will consume nearly all the remaining battery. Emily watches I prepare the connection. Then she realizes what will happen if I succeed.
If you leave and everything resets, I'll forget this, won't I? Probably my company will still fail.
Yes.
My family loses the house after that.
I looks at her. ChatGPT had not shown me that detail. Emily continues.
And whatever I invent, I eventually lose control of it.
The transmitter clock changes to 11:57. Emily asks,
Can't you leave me one piece of information?
the final choice appears. Preserve your timeline. Tell her nothing. Change her life. Risk erasing your own future. I know what I should choose. I have already changed too much. But Emily stole a car, caused a police station blackout, and risked her life to bring me here. I chooses to help her. I do not give her lottery numbers. I do not tell her which stocks to buy. I give her one sentence. When your first company fails, don't sell the compression algorithm. Emily takes a pen and writes the words across her hand. A door crashes open. Keller enters the station. He demands the phone. I connects it to the transmitter. ChatGPT begins calculating the signal. Battery, 11%. Emily moves between Keller and the control panel. Keller tries to push past her. The transmitter activates. 9%. A circle of distorted light forms inside the broadcast chamber. Keller grabs the phone and tries to pull it away from the connection. Emily catches his arm. The signal flickers. 6%. The portal begins collapsing. I runs toward it. Keller pulls harder. Emily holds him back just long enough for ChatGPT to complete the calculation. Battery, 3%. I reaches the edge of the portal. 2%. I jump. 1%. The station disappears. I wakes beside the same road. For a moment, I think the return failed. Then a silent electric car passes me. My phone reconnects. The date is correct. I's back in the present. At first, everything appears normal. Then I look across the road. A massive glass headquarters now stands where the small gas station used to be. Its name covers the front of the building. Emily Systems. I searches for Emily. She followed my warning. When her first company failed, she refused to sell the compression algorithm. She rebuilt the company around it. That algorithm became the foundation for new search technology, smartphones, and artificial intelligence. Emily Systems is now one of the largest corporations in the world. I check my phone. ChatGPT is still the only app remaining. But the interface has changed. A message appears. This service is owned by Emily Systems. I smiles. Emily remembered. Then another message appears. Your free trial has expired. Continue for $2.99 per month. I stare at the price. ChatGPT saved my life. Emily changed the future. And I am still at 1% battery. I decides not to ask whether the charger also costs extra.